Hi everybody. Well, I bet you didn't expect to see me looking like this for your next treatment. But this is going to be the new normal. I'm going to be wearing a mask throughout the treatment and in some cases a protective shield. So I'm going to take this off just while I talk to you. I thought I'd take you through the safety procedures that we've been working on over the last few weeks with Dermalogica and our professional bodies in the industries. To make you aware that we're doing everything possible to keep both you and myself safe and you have an enjoyable treatment. So before every treatment, I will be contacting you all either by email or by text just to run through a short checklist of essentials. So things like checking your temperature, making sure you haven't showing any symptoms of coronavirus, and ensuring you're healthy enough to come and see me. And on arrival, we'll also be just reiterating those facts and just checking that you're okay. I'll also have an electronic temperature gauge, which I will be taking my temperature every morning to check that I'm okay, and also a quick check on you. So it's just a little gadget that I hold up against your forehead and check the temperature and make sure you haven't got an elevated temperature. When you arrive, you'll be seated as you come in, and as you can see, we've got the hand sanitizer. You'll be asked to sanitize your hands and to place any valuable items that are coming out of your bag onto the tray. This is to minimize the amount of sanitization that I have to do after you've left. I will at that stage leave the room and thoroughly wash my hands before I start your treatment. All of our bedding has to be either laundered between every client or disposable. So looking at the options, I've gone for laundry because I feel it's more eco-friendly. We're going to have so many mountains of wipes and gloves as it is that I feel laundry is the best way. So every client will have a new single sheet, and this will be simply wrapped around you for a facial treatment I'm talking about at the moment, wrapped over you, and then the microfiber blankets that I normally use will be placed over the top. So there'll be no towels at all, which cuts back on drying times for laundry. And obviously for waxing and things, there'll be paper towels on the bed. At this stage, we've been talking about whether to wear gloves or not, and it's felt that actually washing our hands thoroughly is far more efficient than wearing gloves, which can lull you into a false sense of security. So the great news is that I won't have to wear gloves for facial treatments, which I'm really excited about. For close-up work, in addition to my mask, I will be wearing a facial shield. So this goes over the top. As you can see, it's going to play havoc with my hair so that I'm not breathing on you. Obviously, you can't wear a shield when you can't wear a mask when you're having a facial. So this is a way of me not breathing on you and keeping you safe. It's going to get pretty hot in there, I can tell you that. All my treatment products are now being kept out of sight because basically I have to sanitize everything I use. So at the start of a treatment, I'll decide what I need to use and I will get those products out. That's just for starters. And then as the treatment progresses, I will get things out and pop them on the trolley and use them. Then at the end of the treatment, I will be able to sanitize these products and pop them back in the drawer so that I'm not having to sanitize everything that's out all the time. At the end of the treatment, everything has to be wiped down, including all the lamps and the other trolleys, anything you may have touched or breathed on. And it's then ready and prepared for the next client. So as you can imagine, this is going to take a little bit more time than normal, and I'm going to have to build this into my treatment slots. At the end of the treatment, all of the bedding, so the sheet and the towel, will be folded up, headbands, popped in the laundry, and a new set will be laid out ready for my next client. The card machine has been moved over to near where the chair is instead of over here where it used to be, so that you don't have to come up to my bench at the end, and that will be sanitized with surgical wipes at the end, as will all hard surfaces that you may have come into contact with, including door handles, light switches you probably won't need to, obviously the loo, that sort of thing, the toilet, bathroom, I'll have to sanitize. So as you can imagine, this will have to build in extra time in between each client to make sure all of these things are done and put into place place before my next client arrives. One of the great advantages for me of working from home is that I do only have one person at a time, so this isn't going to be a high, you're not going to be with other people, so you're going to be a lot safer coming to see me than maybe going into a big business where there's lots of people in waiting rooms and you're having to keep your 2-metre distance from. All of this extra work for hygiene and sanitisation means that I've had to really look at the treatment room and the treatment menu and look at really what works, where I'm going to keep everything, and obviously I've had to put a lot more things away in storage and had to create more storage to be able to do that. And some of you may have noticed that the manicure table has disappeared. It's probably no surprise that 90% of my clients are facial clients, and of those 45% of you have your toenails shellacked regularly. So don't panic, that's still on the menu. 30% of you have waxing, and only 2% have manicures. So I know it's going to hit a few of you hard, and for that I'm really sorry, but I had to make the decision to take manicures off the menu simply because I didn't have room to incorporate all of these safety measures and have the manicure table in the same room as well. Added to that, having tried it, it's nigh on impossible to be able to get an accurate paint through these shields. And for manicures, I believe best practice will be, as I'm sitting so near to the client, to be able to have to wear the safety mask. So obviously for pedicures, you're nearly a couple of metres away, so I'll just be wearing my normal surgical mask. So that about sums it up for now. I will keep you posted. As you probably heard, July the 4th is the next phase of opening for places like myself, and that really depends on the R values remaining low. So long as the reinfection rate over the next few weeks doesn't increase, I will be opening on July the 4th. I'm not taking bookings yet. I know a few of you have been in touch, but I really want to make sure that I'm going to be able to open before I start booking you in, because otherwise I'm just going to have to move everybody around again. It gets very, very confusing. So I'm just still waiting for government guidance on final health and safety procedures. It hasn't been signed off yet. We believe we've put plenty in place, and hopefully this is going to be enough. I'm sure it will be. But if there's any changes to that, I will let you know as soon as possible. Watch this space. Look out for the next post that I pop on either YouTube or on Facebook or Instagram or on WhatsApp, however you're watching this. And I look forward to seeing you all in the treatment room very soon.